such as a heart attack. Yeah, my doctor did not tell me that. Hello, my night owls. So, I have this heart thing. Well, it's not just me, like, everyone can get it, not just me, but it's not like, it's not bad or anything, it's just something that your heart does. I had happened to me, and it freaked me out, and then I asked my doctor about it, and he's like, oh, it happens to everyone, and it's something that your heart just does, and I'm like, oh. So I thought, hey, why not tell you guys about it? And I should have told you guys this about it when I went and did a video updating you when I went to the doctor. But I don't know, I just didn't put it in the video. But hey, it gives me a chance to do it in this video. And so the thing that my heart does, I don't know what he called it. He calls it this really long name, and I'm like, huh? And then he explained it to me, and I'm like, oh, okay. But, like, it's a really long name. I can't really, like, say it to you guys. I wish I could, but, hey, if you're a doctor and you're watching this, maybe you'll know. Anyway, so, sometimes your heart you'll be sitting there and you're just minding your own business and going on about your day, and your heart will suddenly, like, do, like, this palpitation thing. Like, it feels like it just, like, I don't know, rippled or something. I don't know. It feels really weird and really strange, and you're like, what the heck's going on? Am I dying? I think I'm dying. So you start freaking out, and you're wondering what the hell is going on. So first thing you do is go to Google and see if you can Google it up. And I didn't Google it, thank God. I went to my doctors and I asked them, but some people do. They go, when something strange is happening to them, they have to go to Google and they have to explain to Google what it is. And of course, normally the things that you get was, oh, you're going to die, or it's something really bad, and you're gonna die in a few years or something like that. But I didn't Google mine, but like when it happened, I'm like, oh, that's weird, what the heck? So I'm like, well, I'll ask my doctor. When it first happened, I'm like, oh, I should tell my doctor about that. And a couple of years had passed before I even got the chance to tell him. So luckily it's not something bad, because if it was something bad, I would probably have died. But luckily it's not something bad. It happens to everyone. You're just sitting there minding your own business, and your heart decides to do this weird thing in your chest, and you're just like, what the hell, am I dying? But no, you're not gonna die from it. It's just something that your heart does. And it happens at the bottom of your heart. And he told me about it, and I was like, oh, okay. So it's just the bottom of your heart, and it's just sitting there, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna do this thing, and it does this thing, and you're just sitting there minding your business, and all of a sudden it happens, and you're just like, what was that? And you feel weird, and you feel a little out of breath, but it's not like so bad that you're like gonna die from it. It's just like, Then you sit down and you think that you might be like working, like moving around too much, or putting too much strain on your body or something like that, but it's not anything like that. It's just something that happens to my doctor if it was because I was putting too much strain on my body, or because I sit around too much and stuff like that. But he says it's something that just happens to your heart. It just, I don't know. But the thing is, it never happened before when I was younger. And now that I'm older, it happens more than not. So I wonder if it happens when you get older or something. I'm not really too sure. But after I told him that, and he assured me it was nothing to worry about, he did tell me, I did tell you guys this in the video where I was talking about my doctor thing. After I told him that, he told me that I should start exercising and get my heart racing. So I don't know if that has to do with the thing that I told him or not. And it makes me wonder, like, if it really is something serious or not. Because, like, seriously, soon after I told him that I had this weird thing happening with my heart, he told me that every single day I should exercise at least for an hour or two. to get my heart racing, or not an hour or two, but like as enough to get my heart racing for the day. And I should do that every single day. And I haven't really, of course, been doing it because I'm a lazy little brat. But like some days I do get up and I move around a lot and get my heart going and stuff like that. I don't know, but like it happens and it's weird. I wish I knew the word for it, so you guys can go look it up. But I just know, like, your heart is just sitting there, and it's the bottom of your heart, and you're just sitting there, and all of a sudden it just like does this little contraction thingy. It feels like it's skipping a beat, but it's not skipping a beat. It's just like moving around or something like that. I don't know, but it feels weird. And the reason why I made this video is because it just happened like 5 to 15 minutes ago. I went in to use the little girl's room, and I sat down, and my heart decided to do this little weird thing, and I'm like, oh, I should make a video about that. And it really is weird. It takes you by surprise every time because you don't know when it's gonna happen. It could be like when you're sitting down, or you're just sitting here watching YouTube or something, and you're just like, oh, my heart just did this weird thing, and you're like, and then, but like, every time when it happens, it freaks me out, and I'm just like, so sometimes I have to like breathe. I feel like I have to breathe through it, because I feel like if I don't, I'll have a panic attack, because when it happens, it scares me every time, so I'm like, and I feel like I'm not, and it freaks me out, and I feel like I don't get enough oxygen to my heart or something like that, so I'm like freaking out, so I have to sit there and take deep breaths and stuff like that to, I don't know, like, my heart is like, I don't know how to explain it, but it scares the shit out of you, that's for sure. It scares the shit out of me every time it happens. And it doesn't happen like every single day. Like it'd be like a week or 2 or 3 before it happens again, but when it does, it scares the living shit out of you. And you're like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Should I exercise more? Should I do this? And you're like, oh, maybe I should get more oxygen to my body. And you're like, that's how I am when like it happens. I'm like, oh my god, it happened again. What should I do? And then I'm like, trying to get all the oxygen to my heart and stuff like that. I feel like, I don't know. But I should listen to my doctor and exercise more than not. But yeah. So if it does happen to you, no, it's like nothing bad. It just happens to. I don't think it happens to everybody. I think it might happen to certain people. I don't really know, but he says that it has happened to multiple people. So I'm not the only one, and you might not be the only one. So when it happens, do not freak out. Even though every time it happens to me, even though my doctor told me it happens, I still freak out anyways. Okay, I looked it up and I put in my heart spasms. I didn't know what to really put in there, so I put it in, but it gave me what my doctor had actually told me, so I'm happy. It says a coronary artery spasm. A coronary artery spasm is a sudden tightening of the muscles within the arteries of your heart. When this occurs, your arteries narrow and prevent blood from flowing to your heart. Coronary artery spasms are brief and temporary. However, they can potentially lead to further heart compulsions, such as a heart attack. Yeah, my doctor did not tell me that. That did freak me out, because my doctor did not tell me about those heart spasms actually can be actually worsened to where you can have a heart attack. I think he didn't tell me because he didn't want to freak me out, so that's why he suggested me to exercise more, which now that the thing that I was just talking to you guys about just happened. That was weird. hate when it happens, because you don't know when it's gonna happen, and then when it does, you're like thrown off by it. And I'm just sitting here talking with you guys, and all of a sudden it happens, and now I'm afraid, because I just read that, and those can lead up to heart attacks. I'm only 23 years old, but that doesn't matter. I could be 23 years old and still have a heart attack. I shouldn't freak myself out. If I freak myself out and get worked up, it will make things worse. And if that happens, then I end up actually having a freaking heart attack right here on camera. And I'm not having that. That's not happening. It's okay. It's okay. It's alright. Okay, so I'm gonna start exercising more. I probably won't, but I'm going to try my hardest. I haven't been eating very healthy either, which I am starting to, sort of, and now I have to get back to exercising, especially after reading that. I think he really didn't want to freak me out, so he told me about, like, that it was only temporary, but he should have known that I would look it up and see that it could lead to a heart attack. But I really think that he didn't want me to freak out, so he told me to exercise. And now that I know that, it's time for me to exercise. Anyways, my night owls, that's the end of this video. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And I'll see all you beautiful night owls tomorrow. Goodbye. Going insane in the astral plane. My sister, what's your bad behavior? Get put down the style from the coaster.